Hello everyone, I'm here today with the new market update for you. There is a lot of uncertainty in the markets, everyone is scared, everyone is asking what's coming next, where are we heading, Jacob, what's going on? So I'm here to tell you today what I see in the chart and where is the next trade to be taken. So as you already know that we put the high on BTC at around 126k, and since then we see that we are creating lower lows and lower highs. We even had a backtest of this trend line, which was bullish with a bearish retest, and we started moving downside. We found the support on the first support over here at 82. We put a retracement into the previous supply and resistance zone, and from there we move to the next area of support. Over here at 60,000 we found the support and we started moving up. The thing is, you need to understand the market structure. We are still continuing the downtrend as of now, okay? So you cannot be overly optimistic or overly bullish, because this is not the place to be bullish at the moment. The place to be bullish was over here when we saw this nice reaction from the support, and over here was a nice place to enter the trade if you didn't take a trade over here or here. So this was fairly simple. This low was the previous month low, this was the low for the March, and we swept this low and we started moving up. So this move was very hard for the short side. As you can see, there was no retracement at all. A lot of people were shorting every rejection, they were shorting. So we were patiently waiting to short this area, and this area is very nice because we had over here the fair value gap on the monthly chart, which was over here, and we can see that this gap for now was respected. It also had a confluence with the moving average on the monthly. This short moving average, this is a very directional moving average, so it was very tricky at the highs. A lot of people were still thinking we are putting here the bull flag, probably over here, so everyone was quite sure that higher prices are here to come, but it was already 6 times more longs than shorts over here. So the pullback which we see now was nothing more than expected and needed. So one more thing which was really interesting over here was that only on the Coinbase chart we hit the moving average 200 on a daily chart, which is a very important indicator for the direction. As long as we are above it, we are bullish. As long as we are below it, we are bearish. So as you can see here, we tapped this moving average to the dollar, and this only happened on Coinbase. This was the only issue, because on other exchanges we didn't hit it. And this was also around Clarity Act, and as you can see, this bullish 4-hour candle break above, and a lot of longs were coming up here. We didn't see the instant rejection. We were staying there for some time. As you can see, it was not that visible that we will reject this area. So coming back to the main chart, what is happening over here? At the moment, as you can see, I have here marked the order block, which is on, I do believe, 4-hour time frame. Yes, 4-hour time frame, or even lower one. We went below, so a lot of people were having limit orders here with a short stop losses below the order block, so they were taken out basically. What we can also see on the liquidation heat map, that we have a lot of liquidity to the upside and some liquidity to the downside. Like, these liquidity zones are creating like in real life, right, when people enter a trade, so it is changing over time. Yesterday we had a big liquidity pool around this area, but it went down. So it means simply that people either added to their positions or entered new positions. So that's why we have this liquidity pool over here. So what I would like to show you now is very interesting. So as you can see, after this swift drop which happened over Sunday late night, we started to range over here, right? So we had the fake out of the high, fake out of the low, and we are still back in the range, right? So we are accumulating, distributing over here. So if you look at this way on the chart, it's very simple. First of all, we need to mark down some of the resistance zones. This is the first resistance which was created. As you can see, we tried to break above, but the retest was unsuccessful. We break below. So this is our resistance. This can be, 1 second, maybe over here should be support. Yes, so as you can see, we are still in the range. We tried to break below the support and we get back inside. So the chart clearly shows us that direction is unknown at the moment. This is clearly accumulation distribution zone. We can watch for the volume as well over here. As you can see, the highest volume here is around $77,000. So as long as we are above this level, it's okay. And when we will break below, we will then lose value area low, and we will break below, retest either value area low or point of control. Then we can continue to the downside. If we break above this value area high volume, go out of this can be a long trigger, preferably with the retest. So I will show you how it will look like. So let's say we break above this, we hold here the 30-minute candle, right? It closes above, and then we will wait for the retest over here with the wick, and then we can try to execute a long position to the upside, and vice versa to the downside. It is the same. We close below, we then retest this either value area low or point of control, and we will see move to the downside. At the moment, what I would like to see, I will even clean this chart. I will be looking at something like this, because I do believe this is now our high of the range and this is the bottom of the range. This is how I will approach current state. So my long or short trigger will be if we see swing failure pattern of this high, so price push up but then go back inside, I will try to play short. This is very important, like this retest with the stop loss over here, or maybe a little bit longer. So let's say over here, if we see first move to the downside, we take out the low, or maybe we can even fake out this, right? We can try to go here, but we will not retest this. We will do like this. Then it can be a long trigger with a stop loss below, because this will create a lot of trapped liquidity, a lot of short side, which will be trying to catch the move, and they will be trapped here, and then they will squeeze them. So those are two trades I'm looking at the moment, either sweep of the low or maybe failed auction, come back, retest, and this will be a long, and vice versa, this will be the short. But if I take a short over here, my first take profit will be around this low, because we can simply take out the high, take out the low, and then continue to range. This is what I see at the moment. On Ethereum pair, let's see what is happening on Ethereum. So the Ethereum, my last video was some long time ago. Let's see, it's over here. Yes, so as you can see, we are still in this big volume range over here. This volume range started in 2021, so Ethereum is very weak, in this case, because we are still accumulating, distributing in the same range. And as you can see, once we got inside this range over here, we went straight back down to the point of control. Point of control is the highest volume node. This is what we see over here is the same what happened over here. So first we found the support on POC, we saw the rejection, we went, we retraced, and then we moved back down to the value area low. Preferably what I would like to see, because on the Ethereum it's very simple, people are overcomplicating this a little bit. So what you can see, this was the high I was monitoring, like this particular high. Second, let me try to get it. Okay. Everyone was asking me what is my target on Ethereum. Is it 7k, 8k, 10k? I told them I will see what will happen over here. If we see a rejection and then we start move down, then it simply means we are still in the very big range. This is nothing more than a huge range. So from the range perspective, if you take out this high and you see a rejection, what we saw over here, then your next target should be the low, or this low of the range. So this is the high of the range, low of the range. This is like the biggest low in this range, but for the liquidity, for market makers, for the market, it can be enough just to take out this low, because this low was the low which created this move up. So we can simply just take this low, come back, and then we can see move up, or we can come back and range again over here. So this is it. Ethereum is very weak since 2021. We are accumulating, distributing in this huge volume zone. We couldn't even break above this high, like it's very, very weak. At least they could go and stay at least couple of days or weeks above and then come back. The rejection like this, it shows us that there is a lot of sellers, more sellers than buyers. And this is what the chart is telling us basically. The only thing which stopped us before moving to the downside was the POC. So all people who already bought Ethereum before, they are always protecting those zones. Those are the highest volume zones. So whenever price come back to this zone, they are buying. So as you can see, buy, then sweep of the low, retest, and we saw this huge move up. So this is what I see at the Ethereum at the moment on the high time frame perspective. What can also happen, because Ethereum likes to do it this way, locally we started printing higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And now what we can do, what market likes to do, is to break this low and retest again the POC. So what can happen is we will see this move back down to the POC without taking those lows, and we will go again to the upside, and we will need to see what will happen around this zone. If we again do something like this, that this is our now local range high, right? This over here is our local range high. So if market will, for example, take out this low, then start to move up, again take this high, this will tell me that probably we are really going for those lower prices. Okay, so locally over here we have couple of support zones, and yesterday as well when we made the low on Ethereum, it's really good low in my opinion for the moment, but it's the same as on BTC. I will show you. So this is the high of the range, locally low of the range. We are now in this range. We can even put the volume over here, and as you can see, we cannot break above this value area high. So it shows us that we are still accumulating, distributing. If I see a sweep of the low, we can entertain a long. If we see a sweep of the high, we can wait and then try to entertain a short position. As we can see, there is a lot of liquidations above us on Ethereum, and also a lot of liquidations to the below us. So we will see. As I said, I'm just waiting for a trigger. Sweep of this, short. Sweep of this, long. Why like this? Because if I take a short over here, my stop loss needs to be at this, at least this this long. If I take a long over here, my stop loss needs to be at least this, at least. And if they will just sweep the low, then I will need to re-enter the position. Doesn't make any sense. So your biggest friend at the moment is patience. For example, if we break on Ethereum above, we will close the candle above and we will continue to go up, but the candle will close like this with a wick. Then it can be a short trigger, because then your stop loss should be here and you can target the low of the range at least. So first it will be take profit 1, TP1, and we can let it run. We can later move our stop loss to break even. So over here, so we have risk-free position. Overall speaking, the market, cryptocurrency market, looks very weak. US 500, Nasdaq, they are printing new highs. Locally, we are in the downtrend move, but overall, stock market, as you can see, is near the all-time highs, and the cryptocurrency market is around 40%, Bitcoin around 40% from all-time highs. So it shows us that the market is very weak. What we can only do is to trade the ranges, scalp moves. This is what I suggest to do. Of course, it's not financial advice, but this is just educational purposes only. So this is what I can tell you. Just scalp the market, take what you can, and that's it. There is a lot of theories why it's happening. You can see the rise of AI, of automation, robotics. A lot of capital is moving over there. So what, on the institutional perspective, it shows you that if some institution was heavily invested in Ethereum, on Bitcoin through ETFs or through spot market, they now see a bigger opportunity with AI. So what they do is they just dump their bags on other people, and they move their capital to the places where they can get a better yield. Okay guys, that's it from my side. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you on the next one.